recommend that we look for insights by seeing how the markets reacted to health crises in the past. As you can see here, after an initial drop, the markets rebounded in approximately 6 months. Short-term dips tended to be followed by...
I like Aster's lineup a little bit more. Probably
recommend that we look for insights by seeing how the market...
And you still have to start to glimpse him back. So it's just a tough situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do I swashbuckle in for some last hits and harass, or do I save to go out, in which case there's a glimpse. You probably want to get like 3 points to glimpse if you can. You can maybe Thunderstrike keep it level 1 or 2.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's the Pango interaction. It's a lot. It's dangerous, right? Pango's going to be playing the most dangerous game. The Ursa's immediately going to try and turn. It will depend on how many, if any, levels of overpower he ends up taking here.
That team is actually just Sa rather than the other way around, because if you look at DK, I don't think DK is killable by either combo, you know, the Centaur and the Disruptor, or the Centaur and the Silencer, but I do think that Disruptor and Glimpse, Disruptor and Ursa is a stronger combo for the bottom lane. They know what they're doing. They must be confident with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Maybe just trying to make sure they can apply some pressure. Exit us without the boots. Centaur might be a little bit more prone to harassment from like a Dragon speed combo. That might be the concern there. As Super, not a very tanky hero, sitting it down quite a bit. That attack range on Disruptor, very generous.
It's like 625. I think he's one of those supports has an X25, just a little bit there.
Yeah, 625. It's just giving you a nice little edge though, especially over other ranges. This mid lane, this is always a fun matchup to watch. It's very skill based.
Yeah.
It's because just like that, you can dodge out some abilities, but not everything. He's going to pull him back in with the Electric Vortex, trying to get the second Remnant, be unable to. We've already used Disruption. Ursa, with the Urshock actually, it is a little bit easier for him to get kills. You know, it's still a lot of people value point and overpower, because obviously that gives you much more kill potential. But with the slows, I think you're still going to be quite happy with what you've got here.
And of course, the Urshock, you can be hitting 2 people slowing them at the same time. So that, you know, the same thing as like the Crystal Maze Nova, where you hit 2 people is a lot of value.
Exactly.
So, boss fight level 1, but. Yeah, Flywin, how's he doing actually? He's alright. I mean, he's taking some harass. HP is a little bit, you know, on the middle side, but it's fine. He's 14 and 2, the 13 and
I think he's going to be quite happy with that, to be honest. Yeah.
The biggest disparity is in the mid lane between the Storm and the Ember, and I think Ember might be able to catch up later when he gets levels. Just a Storm's hard to play early on.
Gonna get more and more levels in the Flame Guard as well, which will help him stack a little bit as we're checking for stacks so far. Are down. The Alpha was better than the Mud Golems though.
Yeah.
Those hurt to see when you're far ahead.
They're like, oh, then you try to stack it, you get a normal one, then you get
more Mud Golems.
Or even you get the Centaur ones, they have the Aura.
Yeah, the Aura.
Oh, thanks.
Oh goodness, remember when Chen was getting picked and there was just like 4 Centaur Coursers following him around the map, giving everyone 40% magic resist? Good times.
But Monet, he's alright with this. I mean, again, they're Aster just wants to get this farming sort of situation. They know that late game their lineup is pretty decent. It's hard to shut down the Storm Spirit. Of course, yeah, Ember Spirit, so it's, you know, a little bit more difficult for Storm to play, but they're just fine to trade farm, and they are slightly ahead right now.
Good rotation through coming from September, as they will not be able to secure the rune. Again, just cruel rotations mid lane for both supports, right? Love to see it here as that 4-minute power rune, now that they don't spawn at 2 minutes anymore. Both mid laners almost always have a battle by that point, so it's always a really big contention.
Courier top might be falling actually, and yep. 625 attack range. Gets it like at the very edge.
That's Soul Ring too, that's a big one.
So one of the nice things about his extra attack range is because the Thunderstrike slow is only 0.1 of a second, so you don't really have much time
to get a little bit more damage in. Thunderstrike's waiting for him though, and even Angrier Storm as we're now with RNG actually. They lose 2 heroes around the same time. SCCC hitting first blood against Flywin first.
Can we actually look at Sunset? Yeah, he kind of walked away before. He could have gone the intel from that, but he just walked away. He's like,
he didn't get the intel, you're right.
Yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions, you know, he's just like, yep, he's dead, I don't need to be here.
He doesn't need to steal any more hits. He knows how difficult it is. He never wants to take intelligence from a support.
Poor guy, but yeah, I don't know, that's actually it's not a big deal, but he could have just taken it.
Little things like that matter, you know. I was watching, whose stream was it? Who's the NA guy?
NA guy?
Sammy Boy. He's a pretty strong player, right? Pretty controversial figure in the NA scene, but he was coaching someone on Clinks. He was just flaming them for about 15 minutes because they meant to kill during Clink's death path. And he's like, that 5 damage, you know how much that 5 damage really matters, especially early on? And like, well, he was kind of playing into it a bit and just being angry overall. He did have a pretty good point, you know. That does start to add up, especially on a support.
I mean, every hit that he hits, you know, that's 2 damage less.
2 damage less.
Yeah, so that could be the difference between a kill here and kill there. Again, we don't know. I mean, he might be confident. He's like, yeah, I don't care as long as, you know, he's dying. I got more important things to stack and pull and do.
Regen rune now for Storm Spirits, so he's got 2 of 2 power rune. It's a DD and now a regeneration rune, so should see him dispatch of this catapult wave without any issues. Setsu
doing a decent job, by the way. It's he has, well, you know, more deny. He's only 3 CS deny. It's not that bad of a lane for him.
I think he's pretty happy. I mean, look at this. He's dodging up plenty of abilities as well, dodging out the remnant damage. So a lot of this makes a difference. 3 points now with the Flame Guard. So he farms very quickly. Again, it's a very skill-based matchup. You know, you can go for some jukes, the Electric Vortex at level, you know, once you have that combo level 3, it can be fun. Powerful.
So both teams kind of the offlaner now. Bottom lane, Pango's hiding in the trees. So I won't say he's scared. I don't want to say he's scared, but he does seem a little worried to actually go out.
He has to have respect for the combo. He wants why the fuck was on cooldown. Storm. Then he's got the rune active now. Stampede to try and chase in, as there will be able to catch the EA. I believe glimpsing him back into his death.
Level 1 glimpse, but gets the job done.
Exactly. And unanswered kills for Aster now.
And the best tier 1 item you can get, the Royal Jelly. Tied with maybe the Shovel.
Yeah, Shovel did get a little bit weaker.
I mean, it's when it came out and you used to get bounty ruins 25% of the time, and bounty ruins used to scale, so you could just, you know, leave like 4 in the base.
Of course, leave emergency bounty in the base.
Just in case we need them, guys.
You bring a pudge, you know, you hook them all the way back into your base just to make sure. It's like a treasure stash. You know, it was ridiculous. You had teams smoking up, stealing bounties in the enemy fountain. 65.
Pangolti. First one to put me on. Wishful thinking, maybe?
Yeah, there's no other terrain here to bounce off of. Baboka with a very nice juke. Getting the right clicks in between. Last word nuke damage as well onto the Shadow Demon, but the Enrage will be forced out, so ulti for ulti.
Setsu's here though, and Ursa does not have his ulti anymore.
He might just TP out. They do have the Flame Remnant at the ready. Cuts the tree, looking to scout him out. I think they've scouted him though. Setsu instead is for the easy guaranteed kill onto Baboka. Gets off the last sword at the very least. There's the rotation from the Storm Spirit. Jumps onto the back line. Shadow Demon having no destruction. He will go down, but look at that. Setsu in some trouble. Gets the Remnant off and the Sleight of Fist dodging out the damage. Chuan, he's going to be waiting for his brother, but he took the other bus home that time. Not going to be waiting for him from there.
I mean, decent rotation. You have to bring sort of all of Aster down here, meaning that, you know, A was in the mid lane. He's getting gold. He's getting EXP. Well, mostly EXP because once his ulti is active, that does help a lot with that full gang. So good space made by RNG.
And they've got Monet farming pretty freely up in the top lane, but a big silence on the Underspirit. He might be in some trouble. Ursa Warrior coming into party. A Setsu will go down, getting a little bit too. That was, you know, you got out once. You know, be happy with that. You know, they're not going to let you style on them twice in a row. That actually will be Aster's. Sorry, that'll be RNG's rather first kill. Oh no, sorry,
they actually killed him a little bit earlier. I like how he's like, guys, watch this. Nope, Pangolti.
One might see it. He's in a better position here, but he uses the Swashbuckle very defensively as Monet will TP down. Level 1 Dragon form at the ready, but not wanting to fight will be Ursa. I thought he was going to go for Roche, but no more man. That's not the build anymore. I think he's going Basher first, that's off.
I need to go look into these outposts, but it's 1 for 1 for now.
Stampede is level 1, so it is off cooldown here already. Gotten the wave cleared, but good damage, about more than half HP done there to the tier 1 tower. One Elder Dragon form. They can be pretty happy about that.
But maybe XXX looks like he might want to do something here.
Dire's middle tower.
Panga's ultimate dragon form is going to be the bounty ruins already. 2 going for Aster and 2 going for RG. Oh, sorry, at least 2 for 2.
2. They split outpost 1 for 1, so just even share.
Power, by the way, just like you were talking about, and it does help you farm to give the Earthshock, but
I mean, It's pretty good early. Just like the lane creeps, the jungle creeps also get upgraded every 7.5 minutes. So they're still relatively, for this part of the game, lower HP, right? Take a look at that time. It's still 10 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, so we've got about another 4 minutes until they're going to be, sorry, another 4.5 minutes, that is, until they're leveled up again, and that becomes ever so slightly less efficient. But he farms quite well with it. Not going for the Battle Fury, at least not yet. So you can still choose to do so with that Ring of Health. It's still ambiguous and flexible, but I doubt it. Looks like now to the secret shop he goes to buy that Vanguard. There it is. It's gonna be the Bastion.
Yeah, it is.
Or the Abyssal Crush, rather.
So the big disparity right now is Pango doing really nowhere near the Centaur. But that's, I mean, we're talking about his lane is just tough. He had a tougher lane. And I think, he's got 1 death. He's got 1 assist, but the death hurts a little bit more. And Centaur's been kind of completely interrupted. When they went 5 bottom, Centaur was like, yeah, sure, I'll just hang out here.
Here I am! Max here now is making the jump forward. Smoky breaking by Fawn. He's just gonna go, oh, nice glimpse. Who's they call it? Oh, it's just an A. They don't need the ulti for him. Level 7 here on our Disruptor, committing an ultimate, however. In return will be our AA. The Demonic Purge drop. The move speed overridden. Global Silence committed here as Baboka on the run will be cut off, rather, by Monet.
Dire's bottom
pick up the kill there.
under attack.
2 big ultimates used. At the same time, you steal int, and I think the RNG is going to be more okay with that. But
Dire's top tower.
It's a good attempt here. XXS, he's like, oh, we've got a catapult here. I'm applying some pressure. He does force the rotation through, so it's going to alleviate some pressure. We see Ursa now moving up into the top lane, so that's the reason he makes the rotation down bottom. Look at this. 2 hits the creeper. Earthshock.
One thing I like about this Silencer and Centaur combo is that you have 2 global ultis, so you can just use them both, run into the enemy. Anything just can't do anything against you. So it's nice. You slow them down and they can use spells. So early game fight, and Orange, they have no one who sort of can disrupt any one of them. You can't like have a Junior who's spinning halfway through and he doesn't care about the Centaur Stampede. But they
do have a disruptor. I'm sorry, they have a disruption.
But again, it's not exactly the same.
I get what you're saying. They're going to go on to Baboka here once again, likely to be very dead. Commit the Demonic Purge onto him, so not going to give him a chance. Spawn charges won't be popped, but he is going to explode. Kill goes over to Setsu.
For the Ember Spirit, doesn't want anyone to target him. Not like that.
Don't touch me. The social distance Ember.
No. So, yeah.
Go back for a Yasha, which is interesting. I think he's going to be running into the woods trying to find the Pango here, but he shouldn't be able to find him. Flywind cutting down a few defensively.
Does want to make an SNY, man?
A lot of pings. Is there an Ice Blast in? I mean, there might be. Take a look here in a second. If Flywind will now show up on the map. There's the jump. They really want to go for this kill. Dive in the tier 2 tower. Oh, the ult is going to get cancelled though by the static storm. Ursa Warrior jumping into that. They've dipped towards the Novan rather than tier 2 tower now.
Listen back actually.
Oh, that might be the glimpse. Will hold him down. And in the Ice Blast, he goes for S-Triple-C. As now Setsu rotating over. I think he TP'd over to the outpost, getting damage, and the Syrian Chickens onto Faye, who will be chopped down. Jumping immediately onto S-Triple-C, continuing to try and find him. We do still have the Enrage. He's going to turn now with Silencer ulti. There's no point in the overpower for S-Triple-C. He gets the Blade Maul off. Oh my goodness, he's barely alive, but S-Triple-C able to out-tank him there with the damage reduction over the ulti. I'm sure making a difference. Good turn out from Team Aster.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, the Silencer ulti timing was really, they wanted Ember right next to the Ursa. Ursa kept baiting him, had his ulti, just really well played by them.
You Syrian changed me? I don't think so.
I think, yeah, it looks like Silencer, yeah, 4 int, could have been 6, but...
That moment of brilliance here. He waits ready, because of course that is a dispel on the Enrage. Global Silence comes out. Blade Mail, but it's okay. You got 2 heroes there to share the damage. Sharing is caring. The power of teamwork. Just Aster playing really well in this match so far. And like the Disruptor also, he threw the ultimate to stop Pango from spinning, then he looped back the DK. But here we go. This is smoked by RNG. Pango's ultimate is up. The thing about RNG is they're fine, but they're not best for getting kills. This Disruptor is a bit more helpful than either of these two. Yeah, but there's... I mean, I guess you can try and set it up with the angle of your ulti, but there's no like hoof stomp right there. They will get a kill on Silencer. Again, that's just Setsu. Get a solo kill, something to see there. Smoke will break. Oh, looking for the disruption. S-Triple-C diving out into the trees. Dragon Tail's down there on the Centaurs. In comes the roll under, laying down the Ice Blast. They have committed the Static Storm though. onto the Disruptor as they have killed the A and now coming into a Dragon Tail. Will be RA, stun up for quite a long time as well as disarmed by the Lucky Shot. Can't get any of this bonus damage, and finally the Overloads will be coming through. Ursa Warrior will be enraged. Loki to get the damage onto Monet. Will be able to do so, but jumping in, it will be set to sending right back with the glimpse. I thought he died with the Sleight of Fist, but no, he's got to run it down anyway. He jumps in versus 3. They don't actually engage 2 people here to kill him. Setsu is very set. Going to dive now under the tier 2. Electric Vortex will that end up making the difference. It's going to get the kill onto the Storm Setsu. Last word of play. He has no more remnant to throw down, and he's going to fight heavily for that dive. He's going to get the mid laner, but another +2 in over to him.
Setsu in this game, I feel like this second time we see him do something very similar to this. First one was in the bottom, where he managed to escape, and he's like, I'm going back in, and he dies. And this time, the second time, I think he feels pressure to really like make space for his team. But
Radiant structures are fortified.
That's a bit surprising because it's not like he's got like an AM, a TV, or like that. You know, he's got a DK who he's really ready to fight here. As we see, they're gonna look for the turn after Aster will see coming in the ulti. We'll see you later. I think so. Nothing there to somehow.
Boca, do you feel like dying?
I think he's been dying quite a bit. Leaping up to the high ground there. And that's going to be at the very least. Chilly fingers and plenty of damage.
I mean, the guy, he's playing well. His ultimates have all been on point, but it is sometimes tough that you have to be sacrificial for your team like that.
Yeah.
And again, they are ahead. The Shady Man, the A, so at least they're feeling well. So they're feeling good there.
That was the item though for our DK. Allows him to fight a bit more. Have to have this halberd. 5 can disarm for Storm would be big. Even the Disruptor, as well as Silencers, they're really bothering you that much, although probably put the overload. So they have Scatter Static Storm on the Glimpse actually pushes them further away. Into the 2-man stomp though, but it's not enough fault. But he's just forced to back off, so they're gonna pop the Elder Draft form. Defiant, there's no global ups. Silencer, Baboka, he's just respawned to the dot. Setsu running down, but Setsu's not here, and the Ursa Warrior running rampant, not running even faster with the Stampede, trying to run away, but caught by the Static Steel. The Pinnacle letter will be the Shadow Demon as they continue running down the course here, flying away. He's going to smash Belk in a second, but won't get the chance to use it. Aster will see now with the double kill. As Setsu returning to at least get it equivalent onto enemy offlaner. And we'll see. Can't really fight this. DK nearby. Rage is not available. The disarm only for a few seconds, but that will be enough. And a triple kill for Setsu.
That's a 3 for 3. I mean, it's kind of okay with the being faster. There's no chance to but losing RCD, that feels a bit tough.
That one hurts.
Yeah, I'm just like Setsu is really. He's playing very high risk, but you can high reward as well.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Okay, I do understand why you want a Static Storm. The DK, it increases your damage output, or not having the Breathe Fire debuff is very effective at the very least, right?
But he's the least lockdown core.
Yeah, like I see. I'm not sure why you committed for him. Glimpse is off the mark as well. It's a very good 2-man stomp, I gotta say, but no follow-up there.
That was kind of weird actually, because he has I didn't see it, but his stacks when he goes away from it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
See, that was. We're not going to call it misplay, we're going to call it interesting execution.
Interesting execution there. But a good fight out from Setsu. At first I was a bit confused as to why he's just going for these free kills on the back lines, but without the supports here, without the global silence just a whole lot as of this moment.
I mean, his Arcane Curse and his Glaives, they're like this little pesky bit of damage that if you can get rid of them, it's fine. Especially the last one. Okay, look at this skill build. I can see maxing out. Yeah, Arcane Curse is just... You want to be fight, especially all these people who spam a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you got Shadow Poison, you got Swashbuckle, and you got Ember Spirit, all his spells. Oh, Disruptor. Level 11, actually, that's a really high level.
It is actually. He's only 3 levels ahead, making it up very aggressive. He said, take the Disruptor, take him instead. Searing Chains, I like step there. They're not going to connect. I mean, this isn't bad. Position 5 Disruptor for the smoke gang.
I mean, he's in position 5. He's like 3 levels ahead of Sansa. He's 11 and Sansa's level 8. So, like, are they really playing it that way? I mean, that might just be the way the game has, evolved.
Are fortified.
It's
Dyer's middle tower.
But you're right. It actually Baboka's the 5.
Radiant's top tower is under
display
attack.
that's on the 5. But Bait is the 4. Trap.
Which is kind of weird. As the Disruptor, not really...
I think it's the same mentality putting the Shadow Demon for, right? Just get that item, get that egg specifically.
Are fortified.
This game, the X not too important for the Shadow Demon. What's to break? Overload, I guess. Return and Fury Swipes are pretty good. Return.
More for the extra charges. That's really good though. You get like 3 charges of or 2 charges. That's really good. But even so, I don't really think Shadow Demon's going to be able to get their Agnums anytime soon here.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
Once again, yeah, he's got 8 of us. So, I think he's got that one Bracer. You can see, like, it gives him, you know, a lot of HP here. 1200, that's right, 1300 HP. That's not easy, I think, to burst down. Now, Storm Spirit tends to want to jump in, do like a big chunk of damage to jump out. You know, you don't want to stay in one area. So if you can survive the initial jump, man, that makes a big difference.
It's a point you bring up. There's a lot of like ramped up damage here on the side of Aster.
So
you know, I mean, Static Storm is a perfect example of this. Maybe being the epitome of it. You know, that damage goes higher and higher the more you sit in it. And same thing, overload attacks. You know, the more combos you let them get off. Fury swipes as well. It's a lot of kind of damage, but like if you let them.
Yeah.
But not really damage over time. I don't really know what you would call it.
I know, I get what you mean.
It's a weird one, right? It's a weird one.
The Disruptor we see, like he doesn't have, I mean, he's almost got the same amount of HP, but...
Oh wow, yeah, they're making
have that
Satsu.
Oh,
global though, they didn't want to commit for it. Trying to scout with the glimpse, so there's going to be some Scepter, making the jump again, staying alive. Not thanks on Bracer's got half HP, but they will be able to pull back one.
The global.
Though is the Storm Spirit. Ooh, he does not get to zip out. I think they come just in time. So die to the Ice Blast. Satsu gets killed below. With the Static Storm, will be dropped now onto the 2, but where's the follow-up? It's going to be the hook stop now. And, well, I'm not sure if they really have anything else. That's the but with the BKB jumping in, can he get the kill here? Onto Satsu, disarmed though, as the BKB will eventually wear off. You cannot dispel that Stampede, but they wanted to maybe just continue poking and prodding, going back off behind the tier 2 tower. Now RNG, I think they're going to be quite happy with how that fight played out. With
they forced a buyback as well. Disruptor, it's 2 for 2 with a buyback, and look against Setsu. We talked about how hard this lockdown is going, but
RNG now the favorites. It's chipped quite a bit. You're getting.
That's to show, but look at him. Number 1 work. Why is it 80 doubles ahead of the Storm Spirit to his rival, you can say?
How do you like this build this game for him? He's gone for, it looks like Blade Mail, then into Eagles, now and Strong. Finally queuing up the Ags.
Eagles is great because you can dodge 2.5 seconds of the Static Storm, you can remove Global Silence, Centaur jumps, you can use it to, its defensive features is why you want it, but it has a good defensive ability as well. Blade Mail, kind of as a support blade, you don't really use Blade Mail, so you don't really know its value that much.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I got Blade Mail on Aura, that's gonna help.
So that was the 10-second BKB utilized there by the Ursa. It seems to me kind of going for this. He wants to get a little bit of everything right. He's got that Yasha, he's got the casual Vanguard, right? And I know he's going to be going the BKB if he wants to play, but he doesn't have build Mantis style. Maybe this game is the case.
Right. I was thinking of like, is he gonna go SNY or is he gonna go Mantis? Because I saw earlier and I was like thinking, I mean SNY is the more Ursa item.
Yeah.
But do you?
It's like he kind of wants to fight, but he's still going for this max farming build, right? Without going all out for the battle area. So then he's, maybe if I show up to a fight, I can help. He goes for the BKB now, but again. He doesn't really have the pet without the Aster, right? He's got the Vanguard.
I like how Stokely just right
I see you, brother.
Almost has that halfway to it. At that point, you gotta get the Disruptor, and you gotta be able to sort of get the Centaur, and it's just gonna be tough.
And I need a Disruptor X, which isn't cute yet. He's gonna be going for a Disruptor of his own. Renee picking up a Hainstrom. It's a very fast Dragon now. It's the Star counter just standing still. There's the stop though. Global Silence. They committed the Static Storm here again.
Tanky guy,
to our DK. Storm Spirit now zipping in. Can he get a kill here onto the BKB? Now up on the team. They have dropped the bomb version. Oh, fantastic rolling thunder. It's a Stampede. Unable to save our Storm Spirit. He will die. Finally, they get the DK. But now Setsu's still here, rolling around and causing the pain. Is going to be flying when setting up for 2 more kills. The rolling thunder finally ending with the pain just beginning to come down here as Aster will lose 4 heroes all in an effort to pick up the DK.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they kind of had vision of the area, because they were all right there. They decided to go for the DK. I feel like after the Global Silence came out, you gotta take out AA and Shadow. And this is the difference between the two teams. RNG, they always like Silencer, Disruptor, get them out. Disruptor, they ignore if there's a Static Storm, but Silencer, they're like, yeah, we gotta get him out as soon as we can. Whereas, Aster's like, yeah, it's the AA and it's the Shadow. But you saw the save come out forever in that fight.
Yeah, because he's a DK.
He's a DK, exactly.
Static Storm, cool, but you also Global Silence, like, choose one.
What's the point?
Choose one. I know the global is so that the supports can't save him.
But he didn't kill the supports either.
He didn't kill the supports either. He's already an Elder Dragon form. This is kind of confusing for me. You know, that would be like Static storming his Sven after he's already in ulti. And go, okay, fight me. I dare you, right? Like, he's happy to do so. We'll see how Team Aster try and recover this now as RNG. If the SCA smoke, we just fought them. Let's fight them again. The last thing they suspect going for the D word will be our core silencers. For more, rooted up an extra silence for the last word, but a nice dual scepter, but time into the clumsy net. Poke stomp will connect. Vexus has a bit of trouble. Ice has coming in, but holding it under to follow through. Got plenty of damage for that target. Nice. That could open up Roach, but I think RNG, are they going to go for it? It looks like they are. I'm not sure.
I mean, they can, but they're not exact. I mean, who on their teammates? The best thing they have is that Pango can stop Roach. You know, that's cool.
Radio Bird AC.
We got all day.
We got all day.
Oh, how you been?
It's not going to be that. I mean, they need to be careful. We have Stampede in 20 seconds. Storm Spirit, Silent actually. Disruptor ulti potentially trapping people in the pits. It is going down very slowly, though. You are correct. But I don't think Aster really can contest it. I'm
interested in this build where he goes for Kaya first and Orchid. There's nothing wrong with it, but this game, I either get Orchid early or I got Blessed on. So I thought I suck.
9 charges, too. That's brutal.
So it feels like you either really want to early to shut them down, because now he's already got the scepter, so he doesn't really care about your Orchid. He's like, oh, fine, I can remove it myself. Dragon Knight doesn't really care about Orchid because Dragon Knight just doesn't care about anything. He's just a big tank. And of course, he's got the Heaven's Halberd, which helps.
He's a big tank. Look, there's even AA is going to be a little bit tankier than you might suspect with Bracer in his name.
They all have like one Bracer at least, and they're both getting Glimmer Cape, so there's a long match resistance, quite a bit of HP, and
jump. Trying to catch the storm. Is he level 18 already? He might be. No, it's not actually. So it's only level 2 Ball Lightning. Very little difference, but we might be able to.
Point 2 to activate. 0.2 seconds. 0.1, so it's half the activation.
Oh no, Silencer. He's I mean, yeah, we've just been seeing this all game.
Only that he's 1 and 9.
It's pretty brutal.
It's I mean, there's something ways for them to get close to him. And Pango as well as Ember Spirit, and I don't know.
It's an interesting one here. It's an interesting decision to go for the Silencer and the
Disruptor
combo. Let's slide that for a second, right? Because if you look at Bavoka's normal hero pool, it's like the Earth Spirit, your Rubik, your Io is different. That's the way it's AA Oracle. It's either like a save or something aggressive that can set up. Oh, they go on a storm. He's going to be able to zap away, get the TP. I think he's going to live. Indeed, he is. It's just like you have two. I mean, I guess you can use Global Silence as the initiation, but it's not the same as like a Rubik, even just walking up and telekinesis, right, lift, or Spirit. I don't even need to start out how many different ways you can start a fight, right? Like, it just seems a little bit strange to me, this support concept. I don't know if it meshes that well.
I mean, I like the supports themselves more than the AA and Shadow Demon. I said that I'm not going to change just because they're they're winning, but
that's fair.
It does, there is a little bit of, the damage is all right with the. That's okay. Just okay, but yeah, it's not instant lock.
Speaking of instant lockdown, there they go. Global Silence Star once again. She's gonna get the DK in here. Just knock it off the old Dragon. But again, they lack the damage, so he will be dragged down. He does Aegis. He does have the Aegis. You're right. Now Shadow Demon looking for disruption, diving into your tower. He will go down. Team out in the Aegis. Now getting rage, gets bashed. They're onto steps. Can the damage through in time. Gets the flame off. But it will be this TK getting control. Oh, we're surrounded by 3 heroes. And Setsu getting away to safety. Buyback will be triggered by RNG. I think all they considered Aster can be quite happy with that.
Definitely. You got both supports for the buyback. Yes, you lost your center, but that was kind of a mistake by center. Jumped in while he was still spinning.
Yeah.
Got hit by it. He's like, oh well, I was gonna stun too, but
maybe he slightly mistimed that there. He was expecting the Rolling Thunder to be over.
And you can see the difference in that fight is the first 2 people who died were the AA and the Shadow Demon, meaning that the fights only can you can.
Yeah. But then you have a Forcing Shadow just terrible positions no matter what. Strong Spirit cut him off, standing right about.
He ran back into the tower.
There, yeah, so he had to run back into the tower, and he's like, well, Shadow Demon, I'm gonna die. Not even the Bracer makes me tank, But that is Ags now on our Ember. Had a piece of time actually. Next, Green.
Yeah, both teams have a very similar core lineup. You got Ember Spirit and Storm who zip in and out. You got Ursa and D who stay in the front and tank. Then you got Pango and Centaur who provide a lot of controls. Basically, like,
they are pretty similar. Yeah.
It's like the same thing. Of course, it's different. But one team has, you know, the Shadow Demon. You don't have anything like on Aster's side.
Neither of them are really your go-to support combo.
Yeah, right.
That you'd expect. Yeah, you see this in your pub. You're like, this is the opposite of what was it? Now it's just drop 5 stuns and go. Right. This is the exact opposite methodology.
Bottom tower
Yeah, those stuns will confuse them.
These are those stuns.
They're doing this new thing.
I'm not sure if he's stunned, and then they're just full silencing us.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah,
It works. It's shown. You know, I feel like there's cracks in it, but you know what cracks do is it lets the sunlight in. It lets the light in. You can see the light through the cracks here.
You guys see how close he is to my face, right? But yeah, because Monet just stands in the front, does damage, and every time he's got Aegis, he's got BKB. I mean, the only damage that isn't, you know,
be careful of that. Aegis has to get reclaimed here very, very shortly. As Dragon Form committed for the first life. He does have that 10-second BKB. A good energy, at least to see. Oh no, the Zeus can actually stick alive.
Oh, he's got that new backpack thing.
Oh, there you go. BKB committed here for the first life. Big Ice Blast for the global time, taking that ineffective. Static Storm now trying to control the Pango within. You got the damage turn at the very least. You do the thoughts and standing inside the Static Storm with Setsu now finally free. The Stampede will be committed. As you can see, running for his life, but the stop just a second late. It's going to be Astral dying on his high ground. Global Silence already committed. Silencer will be getting ran down now by Setsu. And Mawoka is a little bit tempted here, surprisingly. Sure, able to find a kill there in the meantime. It's a 4 versus 1v4 here.
I mean, again, you just have a DK all the lift him back, and it doesn't matter. And it's a really tough game for Aster at this point. Well, almost impossible game to beat.
It's only 11 difference actually. 26. It's still pretty close. Has that Aegis been reclaimed? It's looking like it's getting there. It has indeed in that fight.
The thing is that Aster got a lot of their early kills, like 5-1 beginning, so a lot of their golden games like from early game, they didn't get all these kills on RNG, so the last 10 minutes most of the RNG game kills.
Yep. Him there with the Searing Chains, unable to do so. His brother proved to be too elusive.
I'm not sure how I feel about this disruptor. I mean, I guess you can use it on yourself or on the Ember Spirit. You know, Ember Spirit jumps on you, the Searing Chains, or you can just catch him. But
Anyway, it's going to be a pretty big neck worth shift, as that allows for Ember Spirit to finish up.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's been the RNG show. I mean, I think you still think Aster has a better group of heroes though. In the game, we were like, yeah, I think Aster's heroes are better.
Is this an Abyssal? Are we close to the Abyssal on Ursa? Would be my question.
He has it.
He has.
Just got it though.
He just got it. He did just get it. Okay.
And looks like
for MKB now. I think he had it last fight. He must have, because it looks like he just bought the Javelin.
Maybe my bad, but yeah, once the MKB, the Silver Edge gives you some missed chance, and I think that's about the only sort of evasion. I'm not sure if DK has an evasion.
DK has the Halberd.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Halberd's the only thing that. I said Silver Edge, sorry, I meant the Halberd. Yes. My bad. But yeah.
Now Pango as well. Halberd. I mean, they can cut out this Ursa for some time.
And remember that we haven't mentioned it the whole game, but Pango's disarm. It's a 4-second on Ursa. Yeah. He's like, you know, he's like, I'm gonna get Ursa, and he's like, oh no, I can't.
That's what to do with his big meat claws.
So Aster right now, definitely on the ropes. They did finish the BKB on the Spirit. RNG, they have, you know, Shadi, his ulti, and as well as A. Hey, last fight, they did Global Silence during the A's ulti. I don't think it came out, but did you see it?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the A ulti will release once it hits the edge of the map automatically. But maybe it doesn't if you're still silenced. That's a good point. Maybe it's just because you can't cast a spell. Maybe it's like if you're broken and silenced on the ABBA, you just won't trigger.
I mean, I feel like he didn't use it, but you know, I don't know.
No, it was a good global silence waiting for the ulti to come out. Could have really shifted the paradigm for the worse for Aster dying early on. It was a good jump as well onto Flatwind, especially before he gets up the shield crash. Shield crash, you know, if there's 3 heroes around you, it gives you like 30 or something. Yeah, some crazy amount of...
oh, Octarine on Ember Spirit.
Yeah, he got it after the high ground push.
Look at that. He's got... I mean, but he's so rich. Well, actually, he's probably gonna use the...
What's the remnant cooldown now? We saw that he did take the cooldown talent.
-12, so it's all the way there. It's like, where is it?
26.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Charger stars 38, but I'm gonna swim through dude.
Boca though, gonna be caught.
Not as solid.
It's sitting here. Oh, there's the abyssal. That's a black dragon. Actually, as the global silence will come through now, but the ag himself to trying to get the damage here. The Triple C and the beautiful Rolling Thunder keeping him locked down. Storm Spirit fighting the AA. Will be able to get a kill on save at the very least. BKB now with that 10-second duration. Now turning and it's dying to drop now. Static Storm at least onto 2 heroes. Not to last long enough. Schwan now. BKB has ended. He will go down. We're going to be too tanky. And the GG will be called. Ultra will overfly away. And RNG up and they take a really nice fight. Utilizing that terrain perfectly. Okay. I gotta say, I was not too surprised, but it was still a little bit surprising to see RNG bring that back.
Yeah, I mean,